Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Darcy's Misadventures with Mixed Media. I'm going to work on day, what am I did 18, 21 and however many more, but at least of the Mixed Media March. So I'm going to start with some squares. I think 1.5 inch might be good. I think 1 inch might be a little bit on the small side. So I'm just going to take my prints that I made in the previous video, my gel prints, and just make a bunch of little squares, making them 1.5 by 1.5, and then I'll be right back. Well, here's what they look like before, in case you missed that video. So these all kind of have like similar, you know, they've all got some blue or some orange or some fern green. And so I think they'll work really nice together on a piece. So I'll be right back. I'm also going to take this one, which has the numbers in the background, is a little bit lighter and brighter, and a little bit more neutral, and probably some book page, and do some other numbers too. I mean, some other book page, other squares. Squares is the word I'm trying to say. All right, I think I'm going to do this 3 ways, so I'll end up with 3 cards. I just took this and put it on one. I'm going to use index cards because that's just easier, and I usually cover the side with the lines. One of these I want a dark background for a reason, because I want to have. Let's see, are they going to even fit like that? Let's see. It'll go all right. So this one's going to have what's the word I want? Space around the pieces. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not sure if I'm going to use book page or not. I don't know. It's there if I want it. Let's see. Maybe alternate and do, because I can only fit like 6 on here anyway. Definitely want one with some orange in it. And maybe this nice grungy one. Alright, so I'm going to glue these on, leaving a space in between. It's going to be fiddly. I'll be right back. Alright, I decided to go a different way with this. I'm just gluing them on randomly, and I'm doing this one kind of brick style. So I'm not lining up. So this is not going to be a patchwork one like what I was, well, it is patchwork, but it's just a brick, you know, brick and mortar kind of one where you it's offset. That's the word I want. It's just offset, but this one will have the blue background showing through, where the other ones I make will be lined up. And, you know, where I was trying to plan it ahead before, now I'm just like, nope. Just going to lay them on here and see what happens, and be more random with it. I'm okay with random. Nothing wrong with a little bit of random. We don't hate random. Let's see. This one, nope, I don't want it there. I think I'm going to cut off the extra pieces. They may get used on something else later. Just trying to, that's kind of darker, isn't it? A lot darker and brighter. Just doing my best to get it on there the best I can. Oh, we probably want a little bit more book page on here. Only need that very little corner there. Gonna barely show, but that's okay. Just a little bit more there. Don't have to. Could have been any other piece, because, you know, it's supposed to be random, but, you know, I don't excel at random sometimes. Oh, here, this here will work. That one is a smaller piece anyway. Didn't have enough to make it a whole 1.5 inches. All right, I'm going to cut off my, well, I'm going to let that dry a minute, and then I'm going to cut off my excess pieces. Okay, so then this one I'm going to do similarly as in just be random with it. But they are going to meet up. And I don't know if I will do them the brick style or if I will do them maybe this one. So let me do my first row and then I'll decide what I want to do. Or if I do, maybe I'll do it this way instead. So yep, just gluing them down. You could even just do this like as like a master board. I don't think I like that one there. Put it down here, see if we like it. All right, so apparently my card is like a little bit more than 3 inches, and 1.5 is 3 here, kind of, sort of, I guess. So I may just cut it down so I'm not having to do the tiny little pieces on the edge. That would probably drive me crazy. Probably. And I've got enough pieces here. I could do several, or I could even do a master board, which is what I may do with what's left over. And I'll overlap a little bit just so that I don't have too much underlapping. So I don't have too much, so I don't want space in between. You know what I'm saying? And that one's upside down, but that's okay. Well, no, it's not. I want it. Well, that one's, nope, it's upside right. I don't know. I can't tell. It's 981. I can't tell one way or the other. Let's see. What do, oh, I don't have any of this on here. I do like that. Okay. And what else? Maybe a little bit more book page. Okay. Cut that when it's dry. We'll do one more. Because one of these we're going to leave and one we're going to add stuff to. Because we can. Oh, got a big glob of glue under there. Nice. Not really nice, but you know, we'll just wipe it onto there and put a piece on here. Don't know how I feel about that right next to each other, but that's okay because this one might be the mixed media one anyway. Could have even done that side. This has just got inks and paints on it, this particular one. I don't think this one was done on the gel plate, but these were definitely done on the gel plate. Tote stuff. Going in the middle, meeting in the middle. We can always trim off the outside edges that are not what we like or want. Now we're going to go sideways. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. This one has more orange on it. Well, that one has a little bit of orange on it. So if you wanted to see how I made these particular ones, they are in the Monday's video. I'll try to link it below if I remember. I don't always remember. I'm always trying to also remember to like link people, you know, when I talk about people. Alright, so this one does not have any book page on it, which is fine. So this might be the one I don't do the mixed media on. Alright, let's go back. Alright, I'm going to cut off on my edges and be right back. Okay, this is taking me way too long, and now I'm going to be late for Mariah's live stream. Sorry, Mariah. Basically, I was just looking for images that I could use, like something simple like this. I think works on here, even without like layering it or anything. It just brings out some of the orange from over here, and if I put it over here, it'll work nicely. On this one, because I don't have the spaces, I could do, you know, a little bit more. Like, he looks really good on there. I kind of like the idea of bringing in this piece of quilting square. And let's see, I had a 21. I had a 21 at some point, but no, it disappeared. Also, like one of these flowers could work, or one of these, just because I didn't want to, I mean, we just made this background, so we probably don't want to cover too much of it. But, you know, I kind of like big flowers with animals as well. This butterfly also could work probably on either one of these. Just kind of like right in the middle, and let the, you know, let that be highlighted. Bring in some of this cream here maybe with a flower, like even that, just like that would work. I think I like the mushroom the best though for that, and that's probably going to get that. And I wanted to do some mixed media on this one, so I'm going to take a little bit of gesso on this one and just kind of go with my fingers and just kind of like, you know, we have these lines here, and you know, that's what we wanted for the other one, but for this one I don't. This one I want to kind of blend in those lines, just because this one's going to be a little different. That's way more than I need. Alright, so I'm just kind of like taking my finger and using gesso. You could use gesso, or what I like about gesso though is it's a little bit more transparent than acrylic ink would be. Although I do still end up being a little heavy-handed with it almost every time. So yeah, just getting a little bit of that on there, and now I'm gonna go use my gesso on something else. What? I don't know. Just use my gesso up on some other things. So I used the gesso and just, you know, did some stenciling onto these, and I'm just going to use the same stencil, and I'm going to take some of this coffee ink. I'm just going to kind of do it neutral kind of color. And nice about this is you can pretty much line it up, because it's, well, you're supposed to, ideally you can line it up, unless your brain is like mine and you're like, what? And I'm not doing it all over, but kind of, but not really. So you can see it darker in some spots than others. All right, so that's gesso, and then it's archival ink, so it's permanent, and it's just a neutral color. I thought about doing blue, but then I changed my mind. And then on top of that, I need to glue that down better, don't I? You could do you know, a picture like this or whatever. You could do a little focal point. You could do texture paste through a stencil. You could do a stamp. The hard thing about the stamp, although I really like the idea of a stamp, is that you know, it's all the lumps and bumps are not going to work so great. But I really like the idea of putting a stamp on there, so I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it. Just had the black ink. It was right here. I'm gonna do the silhouette, because there is black in the words. And the way I'm going to try to get around the collage is I could put it on tissue. That'd be the smart thing. Now, if this doesn't work the way I want it to, well then that's on me. Oh, got a little black on my fingers. It's alright, I can always... Probably gonna get edges around it, but I'm trying to just get... Alright, it's not bad. It did okay on the that part, and I don't mind that there's a little bit missing. In fact, I did not glue anything on the other ones yet, so I think I might just do this on... do one of these stamps on all of them, because then they'll be very similar. And I don't cover too much of the background. I will do a different stamp on each one though. And I do not like to put things in the center. Alright, we'll try it this way this time. I'm going to make sure I press especially well where the paper comes together. Make sure I get my edges without pushing them down too much. I sometimes kind of do. Alright. Yay! It worked. Okay, good. So there's that one. I like these silhouettes, Michelle. Michelle at the Creative Cove created these stamps. I'm like, where's the other one? All right, do I want to do that on this one too? Maybe. Let me grab a third. All right, let me just do this one. I'm like, I just had my ink. I definitely could not have lost. Ooh, so this one definitely has levels of paper. So if I were smart, I would put it on tissue and do it. And I'm not that smart. I'm going to put this one on the opposite side. Alright, whoops. I moved it a little bit. Alright, paying attention to where the paper where the little separations are on the paper. Probably going to get green ink all over me, and just giving it some good solid pressure, trying not to move it. There we go. All right. I like that I did that. It still shows the background quite a bit, and you can see the difference. All right, now I just need my numbers, right? This is red. There is no red in any of these. That's the problem. But I don't have to use this. This one has a 23 in the middle, so that one will be 23. Sometimes that's how I do my numbers. I'm like, there's a 23 in there, it counts. So I'm just going to put that label there. Let's see. What else? Well, that one had a 23 as well. But that's, I had a lot. There were a lot of 23s. All right. That has, what are we doing? 21, 22, and 23. It's not quite the right color either. That one has a 21. So this one, I might do, let's see. I don't have to do the whole thing. Just because it's that big doesn't mean I have to keep it that big. I think I might cut off the border. And I think I'm going to cut off Berlin too. I'm just going to keep the date. And Germany received is what it says. And ink it with the ink that I just freaking had. Of course it disappeared. Wait, here it is, underneath the stamps. Alright. Yeah, don't forget to use your stamps. You've got stamps, definitely use them. So this one says 21/03/2017. So I'm just going to use that one like right down there. And it's got some green on it, and we've got some green in here, so that works. So I want 21 and 23. Now I just need a 22. Oh, getting ink all over. Need to clean my hands. So 21, 23, and we just need a 22. Which is kind of big. That too could work. Like I said, I could find plenty of... No, see, that one's a little too red too. Has a 220, which is 22. Not what I want. Let's see. This one has a tiny 22 there, but also it has the red. That's okay. I'm just going to cut off that red 14 and just kind of cut off that line right there. And just kind of put it right there, and that's 22, even though it also has the other numbers on it. I might mark the 22 somehow. There we go. Got my numbers on there, and I'll sign them probably off screen. Whoops, that's not a pen. I'm trying to pick up a pen, but it's not a pen. Nope, that's not what I want. None of that is, oh, you know what could work for highlighting? But they've disappeared. Here they are. Alcohol markers, maybe. It's yellow. I've got yellow in here. So I'm just 21, 22, 23. So I'm just going to kind of mark that 20. Kind of highlight that 21 and this 23. There we go. 21, 22, and 23 in the books. I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I hope you have a delightful day. You could always add, when you're doing the mixed media and you're just doing your background like that, the gesso, stenciling, stamping, anything that you want to add on there makes it more better. All right, hope you guys like that. Hope you, it's 21, 22, 23. Yeah, I'm behind in the mixed media March 25, hosted by Ceri Griffith, aka Ceri the Crafter, and that's okay. He has all his videos up, so go check him out. I'll have his channel linked below. Hope you guys have a delightful day. Love you.